Welcome to
I
Braunhaven.
just got a bird of prey tattoo.
Uh, You got a bird of prey tattoo?
Yeah, it's right across my forehead. It's in cloak mode.
Yes, yes. Welcome to Braunhaven. We'll be picking up where we left off 2 weeks ago. We were off last week. Vacations and car stuff and the wrath of God storms in Arkansas. and yep, God flooded out a bunch of sinners. Anyways, we are back. These guys have entered the Reichsdaler dungeon. It was a site that at one time, a couple centuries ago, was venerated and used by druids. um, worshipping the moon, and they were kind of more geared towards the sea, but they had a stone circle of menhirs and an altar, and as is so often the case in Stagina, there are a lot of sacrifices. Evidently, not as much as in some other places of the world. I've found out with my recent writings, but yeah, they were. This was a religious site, and then a white dragon, a great white dragon named Izyntainth, came in and decided that Reichsdaler would make a great lair for it, and it has been known to be terrorizing the towns and villages in the region around that area, including the port city of Via. So these guys got the go ahead from the Earl of Via to go ahead and do something about Izyntainth and the Reichsdaler dungeon, and he offered them. It was 500 gold pieces worth of rubies he gave you, and that was his down payment for them to go and do it. And he promised them 2 to 3 times as much when they come back successful. I don't think he's expecting you to come back successful, but if you do, you know, kudos, and then he's done with the dragon. Before we get started, we would like to bring attention to the fact we do have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got hoodies and T-shirts and buttons and whiskey glasses, and there's a beer stein, and there's poster maps for Braunhaven. There's all sorts of stuff on there. The hoodies have charcoal sketches, or they're black hoodies with a charcoal sketch on the chest of the characters from today's game. The only one that is missing is Peppermint. And Goodmund, Anvilfest. I'd have to throw those up there as well. But that merch store helps us with all of the smaller nitpicky subscriptions that we have to deal with throughout the month that aren't so nitpicky because they all come due at the same time. And such as Roll20 Pro, Incarnate Pro, even the Wondershare Filmora software that we use to make these videos. All of that adds up and kicks us in the ding. And that adds up real quick. So if you want to help us make ends meet, and if you enjoy the show and want to see more of our content, go get yourself a Whiskey Rocks glass and a hoodie, and we really appreciate everything you do for us. I can officially announce that this morning, in fact, as of about an hour ago, I received signed contracts for third-party content to create Braunhaven Second Edition for Castles and Crusades and Amazing Adventures. And so that book is already the first book, the Braunhaven Player's Guide Second Edition for Castles and Crusades, is already well into the work, and it will be coming, henceforth. I've made it through some new custom classes for CNC, as well as a couple of races, and there's some new spells in there that had to go in for the specific classes, and there is a whole bunch of stuff in the religions of the known world section for gods and devils and saints and cults and demigods. Man, there's a lot of stuff in there. And it is there is material in the second edition book that has never before been printed, nor some of it hasn't even been talked about so far. There's gods of other continents. I've got gods of Orentus in there. I've got gods of and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, but Fantasy Mexico. Um, their gods are in there. There lots of human sacrifice going on down there. Oh man. Oh, it's your birthday? We better sacrifice somebody. That kind of shit. Oh, it's a Tuesday? Oh, shit, we better sacrifice. Whole bunch of stuff. The genie gods of Erebachia, all sorts of stuff. So that is coming. The next section that I'll be working on is the Atlas of the Known World, and then there will be monsters and treasures of the known world. So there will be some new custom monsters and um, some new magical items. That's all coming. And in addition to that book, will be the final book of the first edition campaign of Braunhaven. It's already well into the work of Glaushine, the seat of imperial power, and that's going to have actually 3 adventures in it. And one of the adventures, I believe the second adventure, is going to be focusing more on mass combat, where you see the armies of your characters, or the armies that your characters have amassed versus the legions of Glaushine. There's going to be a big, Battle of the Bastards type scene, and siege warfare against the capital city, and I look forward to seeing that in play. That's going to be a lot of fun. And so, yeah, there will be 3 adventures in that book, as well as some details on the capital city, which is a metropolis, and the outlying towns of the northern regions north of Castle Braun, and that's kind of so. Keep your eyes open. So, where we left off, you guys are in combat. You've been jumped by some acolytes, and then just for, croaks and giggles, some frost toads. And it is Peppermint's turn. Peppermint, what would you like to do?
Um, I think, let's see. I think I want to take a swing at one of them and then continue moving. Is that?
Yeah, you got a frost toad right there. Yeah, I'd let you do that.
Okay, let me find my D20. Hold on. Or a D20, I should say. Okay,
It might have been Wednesday night's game. I was talking about the last chapter of Castle Keeper's Guide for CNC. That the chapter is entitled Character Death, but there's like an entire page and a half at least of how to deal with bad dice. And so, like, if a dice consistently rolls poorly for you, stick it in the microwave for a couple of seconds to realign its molecules, or stick it in the freezer to punish it. Or you can be a jerk to your other players, and you can, when they get up to go to the bathroom or to go get a drink, mix your bad dice in with theirs, so it'll spread its bad mojo into their dice. So ridiculous.
It's absolutely what you should do.
That's absolutely what you should mix it in with the DM's dice so he doesn't roll.
I got a 15 to hit. Does that hit them?
Yes. No, it does not. Wow.
Okay, so I took a swing, moved about 10 feet.
The frost toads have a better AC than the acolytes. Hey, this doesn't.
I want to get away from them. I do not like these things at all.
The frost
I'd rather
toads.
exit the cave. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah. No, the acolytes do have a better AC. But anyways, so you swing and miss, and then run away. Mavis, what would you like to do?
Probably do a similar type of maneuver and hopefully hit them. No. Damn it. Okay. Make it to about there because I can't run as fast.
So you missed
Weren't you
again.
using the other broom?
Yeah, I rolled a 3, so I'm sure that doesn't hit because
Yeah,
that's a
no.
6 altogether.
Even
Yeah.
even with your base to hit, I don't think that's gonna hit.
Mm-mm.
Who has the second broom?
Mavis.
I thought it was Mavis.
Mavis does.
Yeah, Mavis and
Yeah.
Mavis and Alora have the broom.
I was like, maybe should have all the movement.
Yeah, if I hopped on it, I suppose. It's a little tricky in caves
Yeah,
because they're
I
like a
mean,
narrow passageway and you can really fuck yourself up if you're going too fast.
yeah, these
Oh,
passageways
gotcha.
are anywhere from 7 to 10 feet wide, but the ceiling fairly consistently is like 10 feet high, and that's
Oh,
going
gotcha.
to
Yeah, that's hard.
alternate with these stairs because it's constantly going down. So, um, you might bump your
That sounds
noggin.
dangerous.
Yeah, you could get a nice goose egg. Uh, that's better. There we go. So the acolytes. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I think. Well, never mind. Let's see. These guys work from the back forward. And these guys. I know. He's going to cast Detect Danger. Oh, yes. Yes, he is going to do that. Look it up. Oh. No, that's not going to work. Never mind. So these guys, I guess, are just going to bravely run up and swing. Wow. Okay. 3 of them are going to swing on Jackson, and one of them is going to swing. Oh, wait. Borman is invisible.
That's correct.
So, Jackson, all 4 of them are going to swing on you.
Bring it! I say confidently before I die.
No. No, you'll be all right.
13 probably misses you.
Yeah, that's a miss.
16 probably misses you.
That's a miss.
Oh, that's definitely bad. Oh, it just got worse from there. So all 4
Oh,
of
they don't have
them.
any attack bonuses? They're just straight rolls?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
they have a THACO 19, so they have a +0. They all swing, and Jackson doesn't even step out of the way. He just kind of moves like he's in the Matrix, just dodging maces as they are swung at him. What would Alora like to do?
He wants to run away because she's in bad shape.
Oh, did she get fuckered up?
Yeah, so
Oh, that's right, because of the Frost Toad aura, which they'll get to roll again on their turn.
she's gonna get here and then drink a potion.
Good idea.
And I'll roll for the HP.
I just have an image of her cracking a beer like Will Ferrell.
All right, that's better.
Okay. Mr. Goodman, what would you and your invisible self like to do? Anything?
Well, yeah. Can I? I've got to help Dentry in some kind of way, but I don't really want to run up there. Can I see this guy right here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, maybe you might.
it'll be okay. I will.
Let me see.
I can see him when I
Yeah,
get right here.
I would see that. I would say that you can see him. He's just. You can see part of him just around this corner.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
gonna.
sorry, wrong guy.
I'm just gonna move to right over here, and I'm gonna attack that guy with a frost. I'm sorry, not a frost. A dwarven thrower.
Okay, go for it.
This is 25 hit.
Yes, it does.
Then he will take 7 points of damage.
Nice. All right, so you throw your dwarven thrower, and it pings off of the toad. What does Borman want to do?
Well, I mean, the guy basically just asked for me to take a step this way and backstab him.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
Well, there's one right in front of you. I mean, he's not even aware that you're there.
yeah, that's the one I'm going to hit.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm gonna
Oh,
roll a 1.
oh no!
It.
Oh, man. Well, you are vised. See you now.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for fun, because I do find these absolutely fantastic. Roll a d20.
9.
Okay, then let me find it. You rolled a. Oosh. Okay. So you go to backstab this guy, and you kind of trip, and your blade, instead of striking the acolyte, you stab yourself in the knee, dealing 1 point of damage, and your initiative drops by 2.
Shit.
All right.
What would Malachi like?
There. Okay. I do not like all this shit going on. And Dentry's all up in the mix of it.
Oh yeah, he is king of the toads. Mr. Toad, if you were.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's Mr. Toad if you're nasty.
So I kind of want to. I'm gonna slide this way just a hair, and just want to kind of. Oh, it's snapping. I don't want
Yeah,
to
you can.
snap.
Yeah, you can turn that off. There's
Yeah,
a drop
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Screw you, snapping.
No. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna, as I'm passing right by Gentry here, and it's getting so that way I can kind of get a straight line right down. Yeah, way down in there would be fine.
Sure.
Yeah, so anything I can't see, that it's still there. That's the line right there. Lightning bolt with the wand.
Okay.
And then, I think I used 5 bit of movement there. So I'm going to finish my movement
Yep, that's
way
wrong.
the fuck over there.
Wrong dice. No, they fail their save. They're gonna eat all of that lightning damage.
All right. And I think this is 66.
Yes.
$18.
Okay, so
I need to take a mark off my lightning bolt.
this toad sizzles quite a bit, and then, but he is still alive. So
Damn it.
you light off the lightning bolt. And yes. From down in, how far can you see? Oh yeah, you can see down there. From down in here, after there's a flash as the lightning bolt goes off, and Dentry from far down in here, echoing up through the passage, you hear, "Why do you seek him?" And it just kind of echoes up the passage. What does Jackson want to
Jackson wants to kill an acolyte.
do? All right.
I'm gonna go for the center one of these 3 right here. This one
All
seems
right.
like a nice little
Yeah.
guy to meet his end.
Divide and conquer. That is going to hit. Oh. So you swing your sword, you don't cut his head off, but you slash straight, in a diagonal line from his shoulder to his waist, and pretty much just disembowel him and drop him. Borman. Oh, you already went. That's how you ended up at 2. Frosttoad. Frosttoad. Well, first of all, 10 feet.
I mean, Goodman's going to get it, but.
Maybe not. Nope.
Oh, hell yeah.
Only Dentry. Dentry.
Because we took away the one that was kind of making it really difficult for everybody to survive.
Right. So Dentry is going to take 10 points of cold damage from being in the aura. And
it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then these 2 frost toads are going to do something. What do they do? Oh, I guess they bite. Toad bite.
That's all it takes.
Please. Yeah, bite.
Both going to bite you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That is a miss.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Ugh, come on. I might have to...
Oh, darn.
Yes, that's true. 16 hits. That hits. So you hit both of them.
Hey. Ten and 6. All right.
All right, so your Venger allows you to stab out and touch a frosthead, and you gut one and stab the other. Dentry, on your turn, what would you like? That hits as well. Yes.
Finish what I started.
Wow, this frosthead really needs to make a morale check.
He's still alive?
He is still alive. He can take a punch. Actually, the frost toads have more hit points than the damn acolytes do. And he makes his morale save, or his morale.
I do want to, on my turn, say the hallways are talking to me. Am I on drugs?
Yes. Borman's all on the ground way over there.
Okay.
He calls him. Yes,
You drug me again.
Sorry, it was in the tea. Mavis, what would you like to do?
I'll try and help my friend. Let's see if I can hit something. Fucking 10.
Ugh.
Damn it.
Is that with your taco bonus?
Yes.
Ugh.
I rolled a 7. It's not gonna be very much. I'm gonna look for a different.
I know how that goes, man. I feel your pain. Peppermint.
No, you get a better Thaco bonus than that. Aren't you Thaco 17?
She is a cleric. What level cleric are
Or
you?
14.
I believe I'm level 8.
Level 8 cleric.
So I get +2 for Thaco, and the Warhammer's +3. So I guess altogether that would have been 12, which is still not good enough.
Right. Yeah. Level 8 cleric is only +2.
Damn it. Okay. Well. Sorry.
No worries.
Hold on.
So Peppermint, what would you like to do with the half-orc hooker?
I'm probably gonna attack. I'm just looking for
another D20.
Yeah. I DM'd a game with a bunch of kids, and I swear they lost a bunch of my fucking D20s, so I don't have that many.
Ugh.
But I found another one.
So you can get, well, and you might want to do it soon. You can go to Amazon and get, like, they have a pound of dice that you can buy that are just random colored full sets of dice. That'll replace your D20s. They'll probably roll like shit, though, because they're all from China.
Well, I got like a bunch of everything but D20s. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I have enough dice that I've started custom making my own sets for my home games.
That's cool.
Like, I've got one set in a special dice tray that looks like gems, and then my wife got another set for me that have bigger numbers because I'm old, and that's nice.
Excellent.
I just really like everybody being able to see my rolls. I'll get streaky and start doing 20s with dice, and people will be like, you know, if they don't see it, they'll question it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, fuck it. If I roll it in your face and you see it in your face, just you have to take it.
Yeah, I've always, especially for my online games, I've always allowed my players to either they can use their own dice at home or they can use the dice roller. And the reason for that is that it's a trust thing. I trust my players to not cheat. There's only one player that I've ever played with in my life that I don't trust. And so whenever he would roll, I'd be like, no, you roll that shit on the table. I don't fucking trust you. But you know, everybody else I completely trust.
Is it just because of that one time that I rolled the dice a little bit funky? Now you don't trust me?
Yeah, no. James is well known for I wouldn't say cheating, but he applies rules ambiguously.
Mm.
Oh.
18 to hit. So I finally hit something, I
That
think.
hits a frost hit.
Okay, and now I need to get out my damage dice for 7 points.
Oh, yeah. You kill a frost hit.
Yes. I hate frost toads.
Yeah, they are.
And you need to adjust Borman's settings so he has 30 foot of light.
Let's see. Yes, you are currently at 20.
I mean, I've got this aura that goes around, but it's not actually being light. I can't see where the light, I could just see the aura.
Yeah, you were set for 20 feet, so I adjusted it to 30
Oh.
feet of light. And this is interesting.
Borman's here.
Yeah. And probably be another 15 feet of low light. So, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you've got your... What's the aura for?
My
Oh, your frost brand.
frost brand.
Right.
If I'm in really cold weather, it glows 30 feet.
Gotcha. Okay. So Peppermint crunched the last frost toads. You got 3 acolytes left. Hold on just a moment. Let me calculate what this is going to give you. Okay. Oh, 7. Okay. 7. No. All right. What would Goodman like to do?
Well, there's a battle to be had.
Yeah.
And I can't in good conscience just let my boy stand there all by himself. So I'm gonna walk up, and this guy right here on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit him with my Dwarven thrower. 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
That's 5 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. Goodman comes up and cracks this guy right in the forehead and drops him. Alora, who is still cloaked.
Okay. I noticed Peppermint's looking kind of bad, so I'm gonna hit her with the healing stick.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay.
You are
That's
now
your turn.
uncloaked. Acolyte of Izyntainth. Now, there's only 2 of these a-holes left. Their problem is there's not really anywhere for them to go. He makes it. And he makes it. Wow, he really makes it. Which I guess doesn't matter because, like I said, they can't get around you, and they would just back themselves into a dead end. He's going to step forward and swing on Goodman, and Goodman just blocks it. Like, whatever. Goodman's using a shield, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Goodman just blocks this guy's mace. Like, whatever. And this guy is going to, now that he sees Borman behind him, he's going to swing on Borman and miss. You notice that he's kind of laughing that Borman stabbed himself in the knee. Speaking of clerics, I don't know why this came up on my Facebook feed, but there was an ad for Sotheby's of London auctions, and they actually were auctioning off a 17th century mace.
Wow.
And I mean, it as far as a weapon, the artwork on it is absolutely beautiful. But the head on it, not as big as you would think for a mace. I mean, I'm sure it probably weighs quite a lot, but it really wasn't. It wasn't as big as I would have expected. They also had a
That's what she said.
yeah, that's what she said. They also had a six no, it was also 17th or early 18th century Ottoman flintlock rifle that they were selling. That was amazing. Like, it was expensive at the time that it was made, and it's really expensive now. It's like 15. The starting bid was like $15,000 on it. Found it quite
Damn.
interesting to actually see the real thing.
Yeah.
Malachi.
Well, and that ain't a smart move. I guess Malachi is just gonna. Are those guys humans?
Yes,
Hmm.
they're human druids.
Human druids. Okay. All right. And so human druids can that first one that's closest to me. Yeah, range 120 foot. Uh Malachi will stretch forth his pale and bony hands and be like, "You see our power. You should side with us." And it must make a save versus spells or be charmed.
Hmm. 15 or better. And no, he is charmed. Find a good token for him. Oh, he's charmed. He immediately looks at the other one. Why are we attacking them? They're friendly. They are part of us. Jackson, what would you like to do?
They are part of the dead. Damn it.
No, you slash out, and the other one ducks. Borman.
Well, that other one is just standing there, probably looking at his friend, you know, and Borman, will say out loud, "Does a 20 hit?"
Yes, a 20 hits.
So this would be 7 points of damage to this other guy right here.
Yes, you stab him in the lungs, and he drops. So you now have
Yeah.
a acolyte friend that I'm going to give control to Wes. Now I can call him Charmed Acolyte, who has a whole whopping 3 hit points left.
It's okay. You know, if we're out of combat,
You are.
Malachi will yeah, Malachi will beckon to him so he can come over here and he will be asked, what is in this general area,
Okay. So
what else was down in there past the frogs?
he tells you that where the acolytes were at the end of this hallway is the Dreaming Hall, and he tells you that that's where the acolytes of the mighty Izyntainth conduct sacrifices in her honor.
I see.
Down this hall here, he tells you, is the Hall of Echoing Memories.
That doesn't sound good.
And he says that it, beyond it, lies the Oracle.
Where's the dragon, and what exactly is the oracle?
He tells you that the Oracle is a great statue that can that can grant can grant greater efficacy in battle.
Oh, interesting.
The dragon, he tells you, is down this passage to the south. And he says that is the lair of the great and mighty Izyntainth. You shouldn't go there, though. She doesn't like unannounced visitors.
Hmm. Is there anything special I should know about the oracle? Do we just go approach it? Is there a code word or something?
He says the oracle will ask a question, and you must answer truthfully or be destroyed.
Wow.
Wow. Go just outside the cave there, and you will find a huge war horse, and I want you to go care and tend for the war horse while me and my friends finish up our business here in this cave.
And he says, "Okay," and he goes out here and tends to
Yeah.
Dentry's warhorse. Actually, you guys probably have a couple of horses, don't you?
We very well might.
Yeah.
I think we had a wagon going.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we're gonna go. Do we want to go talk to the oracle that was down here? Or do we want to go look into this sacrificial place? Or do we want to just kind of immediately go down and see what's up with the dragon?
The Oracle sounds interesting. If anybody needs a smack from the heel stick for today, now is a good time.
so
All right, it's a
Borman,
D6 plus 1.
Yeah.
6. That's Malachi.
Cool.
So Borman, you,
And
in
what?
addition to the passages south that the charmed acolyte tells you leads to the lair of Izyntainth, you see that there is also at the range of your light, you see that there is the passage that continues on to the southeast that descends deeper, and there's another passage that turns off and descends to the east directly. This is a big cross section here.
We have to worry about anything down those passages, or is he just like, oh yeah, there's just stuff there? Or
I didn't really ask all that. We could easily go get him and ask him whatever we want. We could go back outside and regroup for a second if we wanted to. I mean,
Good. It's up to you.
yeah. I do want to like have Borman, kind of while we're here, just kind of take a quick peek down in here,
Okay.
make
Okay.
sure
So
everything's up and up.
coming down these stairs, you see that there are blood smears on the steps as you descend closer, and it looks like some medium-sized creature, maybe a humanoid, was dragged down the stairs, and it seems like they were dragged back up again. You see smears of blood going in both directions, and it looks like it was either dropped multiple times or maybe it was still alive and tried to drag itself out. And in the middle of this chamber here, you see that there is a bowl made from hammered copper that sits in the middle of the floor, and it has around the lip of the bowl, it has runes have been etched into the curled lip, and this thing looks like it's really old. And you notice that the floor of the chamber is very uneven, as though the earth has shifted or cracked, like from earthquakes. And so there are a number of cracks that run through the floor here.
All right. I don't see a reason to go fucking around right there yet. I was just gonna go. Yeah, then we'll just kind of regroup and figure out what we need to do. Are we ready to continue? We want to go to the Oracle. Is that kind
I
of what?
think so.
Yeah, battle powers sound cool. Just answer honestly, is the advice given. So
Okay. I won't bullshit. Let's do it.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah, you
gonna.
can move your
All right.
exploration movement rate.
Okay, I was back over here then, and so
The big number.
These are 5-foot squares.
They are.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I made the map. I should know this, right? Yes, they are 5 foot square. Yes.
Okay. Oh, wait, I could just be on a broom and go slow, but yeah. I'll catch up. There you go.
Alora and her wingman, Mavis. Weird to play a D&D game where you have an air wing. Usually that was reserved for BattleTech or Traveler.
oh, we're just waiting on Gentry now.
Yep, Gentry and Jackson can move their
Oh.
exploration rate. Ryan. Ryan.
Maybe he took a break or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's the one time the battle ended and his ass ran to go do something.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. He's like, oh, they're gonna talk and bullshit and grab ass. Is there any? I mean, technically, he can come along when he gets back if nothing significant
Yeah, I
pops up.
can move him.
Is there a sign of where the lightning bolt hit in here? I guess it didn't hit anything.
I mean, so when you get in here, move him and catch him up. Actually, or Jackson's probably way down here. So coming down in here, you can hear whispers appear to echo off or there's an echo of whispers in a croaking voice throughout the hall, but the echo is muffled enough that you can't really make out what it's saying, and you're not sure if you understand it. And it's hard to determine if this hall has always been like this or if it was carved out, but it is filled with a frosty, icy mist that just kind of hangs in the air and kind of leaves a light rime over everything that it touches. And you can see, or at least Peppermint can see, that there is a passage with rough cut stone stairs that descends further to the south.
That's got to be where the Oracle is.
Okay.
So I guess we're going to continue on down to the south.
Yeah, you can move your exploration movement, right?
Wait, I'll let Boardman go first since he can find traps.
Looks
Yeah,
dangerous.
and
Send Borman first.
I'll look traps as I go down. I probably found them.
You do not find any traps.
And then there's the Oracle, I'm guessing.
Indeed. So you want to move Malachi and Dent or Goodmond and Alora and Mavis. Peppermint?
Yeah, we'll go down there too. It should be fine.
Yeah.
So Borman, you come sneaking into this chamber. You see that on the east and west sides of the chamber are these cliff-like shelves, and they're like 10 feet higher than the rest of the floor. Um, at the south end, in the middle of the chamber, is a 15-foot tall statue of a dwarf-like figure that is made of cloudy amber, and you can see that it has crumbled in a few places. And when you step in here, there is a slight tremble and rumbling of the ground. Like it is not completely tectonically safe. And when this happens, you see that there's like a glitter of icy dust that kind of falls from the ceiling around you, and then it kind of settles down and goes back into normal, steady mode. And as you approach, you hear an echo that seems to emanate from the statue. It says, "Why should the gods grant thou absolution?"
Um, and I guess so you're asking me? Well, uh, well, because we're doing the God's will and we're entertaining.
Hmm. Okay. You hear, "Thou hast been deemed worthy." Or, no, "Thou hast been deemed unworthy." And the statue begins to animate. Let me find something for that. You know.
Looks like it's time to roll initiative again. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, everybody can roll initiative while I pull something out.
Pull something out your ass. Okay. Well, Borman with a 3. And Goodman with a 3. And Malachi with a 5.
Man, I wish there was a easier way to. So with the Roll20 Pro, that you get like free token packs and shit
Mm.
every month, and we've been doing this a long time, and so I have this veritable pile that it's not very well organized. Uh, I know what I'm looking for. I have an entire pack of familiar. Sure, this. Boo. Is Brian back with us? I guess not.
I don't know.
No, I guess not.
Brian, we cannot hear you. I know, maybe he had a sudden case of narcolepsy. He gathered a whole bunch of energy and took a nap.
His computer might have frozen.
Maybe? I don't know what's going on with Mr. Brian, but that's okay. We can add him
Well,
in as soon as he gets back. Just do that. And then sort you guys. Peppermint. You see this statue kind of come to life. It is an amber golem, and it has deemed you unworthy from Borman's answer. What would Peppermint like to do?
I don't want to be destroyed. That's for sure. From here, I could shoot an arrow at it.
Sure. Is it? Are you using a magic bow or a magic arrow?
I was gonna use one of my +1 arrows.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I got 11.
11, actually. That way, they're at 0. When we get to 0, I'll just pass them. An 11 does not hit. Your arrow just glances off of the golem and bounces harmlessly off of him. Mavis.
I'm gonna go ahead and use guiding bolt.
Okay.
Might be able
So
to see them a little bit.
1d6 plus 1 damage.
5 points.
Okay. And he needs to make a save. No, he needed a 14 or better. So he is all sparkly and glowy for the next round. The next attack on him gets a plus 1 or +2. It is a +1. Yes. Once again, I wrote it, and I have to look up my own stuff. All right, Malachi.
well, see, I can't do what I want to do because Brian ain't here. So I'm just gonna do the simple magic missile.
Okay.
10 points of damage.
Okay. And Alora.
Fuck. What can Laura do?
Wait a minute, this can't be right. Oh no, it is right now.
I need to see here. They don't have any testicles, so can't do any torsion.
Testicular torsion on the statue.
Okay.
Did you see the giant naked woman statue that went up in San Francisco?
I did not.
So somebody built this big statue in one of their plazas. And it's this like 20-foot tall naked broad, and I guess it's animated and it glows, and they had to, after they set it up, they had to do some work on the internal mechanisms. And take a wild guess where they put the entry point to get inside the maintenance hatch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and it shows these two guys, these construction guys on a crane lift, getting up and climbing in her ass. And this guy's like up to his shoulders in there, reaching around, just like, yep, typical.
I have a scroll of brain fog. Would that work on this thing?
It is.
It's intelligent, but I don't know if it has a brain.
Yeah,
or
it's
if that's
unharmed by
recorded.
gas or spells such as charm, hold, and sleep spells that would affect it with mind altering. I don't necessarily know that it has an intelligence. It's more likely a programmed question and response kind of thing.
Okay. Wonder if I can cast pain on it then. I don't know if that would work. That seems like something for living beings. Is this is like a statue come to life, right?
Yeah, it's an amber golem.
Okay.
That's a good question now. Let me read that. Is an Oktoberfest.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Peppermint my potion of growth.
So it says when creature is plagued by hallucinate. Yeah, hallucinations. It wouldn't hallucinate. I would
So
count
I
that as a
have
mind altering kind of spell.
where is it? I have a potion of growth. I have 2 of them, I guess. I'm going to give one of them to Peppermint.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can move up to Peppermint and hand her a potion or toss it to her. All right. The Amber Golem. Wow. It is going to step forward, and it has in its right hand, it has a large amber hammer, and in its left, it has a amber shield, and it is going to kind of shield bash backhand Borman. See how that.
It'll take a -2.
So it only got a 10. That is going to miss. And it then swings its hammer. It was going to swing on Jackson, but that's not fair because Brian's not here. It'll swing its hammer on board. -2. What the fuck? And miss. It swings and Borman kind of steps back from the shield, and the hammer comes down, and he just sidesteps, and the hammer crashes into the ground. Goodman.
Well, Goodman will, excuse me, will attack it. Throw in the hammer.
Okay.
15 hit.
It does.
Oh, yeah. This is +3. 4 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, the hammer slams into its chest, and you see chips of amber come flying off of it, and kind of shower Borman. Borman, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna fight. Is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh no!
and
It's gonna be your day, isn't it? Roll a d20.
2.
So all that happens to you is you go to swing and you drop your weapon. It hits, but it hits hard enough that it just kind of vibrates out of your hand, and it just lands at your feet. Brian, are you there yet? Every once in a while, I hear like his mic rustle, like maybe he passed out at his keyboard. Quite strange. Peppermint, what would you like to do?
Um, drink the potion somebody gave me.
Okay,
That's
so
that's the polite thing to do when someone gives you a potion.
that is true. And so it was a potion of growth, you said?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get extra big.
Let's take a look. Potion of growth. Here is potion of growth. You double in size. That's going to be a big half work.
I'm mad now too.
And you will deal double damage.
Okay, great. I'll rush up there as soon as I can.
Yeah, you can rush up there if you'd like.
Okay.
Half work demands snoo snoo. So you rush up, you drink the potion, get really big, and rush up there. What's Mavis going to do?
She'll try and help. Let's see. So there's a character sheet. So I got 19 to hit.
That hits. And I know that you're using a +2 Warhammer?
It's a +3.
Whew, even better, yeah.
I didn't roll that much for damage though, so it's 5 altogether.
That's not terrible. So
it keeps adding up.
yeah, Mavis comes up and slams that +3 Warhammer right into the golem's thigh. Malachi.
Malachi says that last spell sounded so nice, he's gonna run it twice.
Another magic missile?
Yeah. 14.
Ooh, that gets his attention. All right, he doesn't have to make morale checks, but these 3 magic missiles slam into this golem, and you see another shower of amber chips come flying off into the room. Alora.
Okay. I think I can try and throw a dagger from here, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could throw a dagger. You don't have to really worry about hitting your party because he is 15 feet tall, so.
Okay.
Like, his head is
Okay.
like 2 feet underneath the ceiling. If he was any taller, he would be scraping the ceiling.
So I got like 7 to hit. I'm sure that doesn't cut it.
Yeah, no, it goes around him and comes back into your hand. The Amber Golem tries to bring his hammer down on Mavis. Is Mavis wearing a displacer cloak? I don't think she is.
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a straight up.
25 to hit.
That hits for sure.
For a full terrifying 3 points of damage. He brings his big hammer down and just smacks into Mavis,
Hitting her big toe.
hitting her big toe. Yes, yes. He brings it down and smashes your foot. And then he swings his big shield again at Borman for 24 to hit.
Yeah, even with the -2, it don't do shit.
No, yeah, I already calculated the -2
Oh,
in
well
there.
then, yeah. Then I guess I want to take some damage and
And the shield bash. Shit. 6 points. He smacks you with the shield, and you kind of stumble back, but it doesn't really knock you off your feet or anything like that.
all right.
Goodman.
Goodman is gonna continue fucking throwing that hammer.
Okay.
It's what he does. Does the 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
It's +3, 6. 6 points of damage.
Ooh. Yeah, when the hammer smashes into the chest of this golem, you can all see cracks just go spread out through its entire body. This golem looks like it's about to come apart. Borman.
Borman's gonna have to continue to. He's gonna reach down, pick his sword up, and then hit this motherfucker.
That
Does
hits.
a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
This is +2 at 8. 8 points of damage.
All right. Yes, you pick up your sword and swing upward from the ground and kind of catch this golem right in the groin, and the whole golem, the cracks just spread, and this whole golem just tumbles apart and falls to the ground. As it cracks apart and crumbles to the ground, you see a ton of coins, a ton, not literally, but a bunch of coins and gems all spill out that were caught inside the amber golem.
It's
Oh,
like
cool.
a pinata. Yeah. Borman's gonna touch the healing rod for the day.
Okay.
Getting 7.
There are 50 platinum pieces. If somebody wants to
All right.
keep track of this, since Brian
Yeah.
is missing in action.
All right. 50 platinum pieces.
Correct.
Okay.
There is 150 gold pieces.
Okay.
There is 50 electrum pieces.
All right.
How long am I huge for?
Roll 1d6.
Okay. 3.
A 3 total. Here, I will tell you. It says you will be huge for 90 minutes.
Damn. All right. Let's get a move on after this.
Right. Hold on here. 200 silver pieces.
All right.
And 300 copper pieces.
All right. Is that all that's here?
That is. Oh wait, no, there is more. And you find 20 gems that are worth 50 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
So now, you said how many? 20?
Correct.
All right, so now I have 47 gems worth 50 gold pieces each. It just goes in the proper little bag and in the bag of holding.
And
Yeah.
you've been down here for about an hour, so you can take a 10-minute rest, which I would count as you guys slapping heels on one another.
All right. Well, I mean,
Who
I'm
needs it?
really, yeah. I
You
mean,
okay?
I've got a little damage, but nothing to really cry about.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go from here? You can move your exploration movement rate.
Oh, we're gonna just kind of backtrack. Backtracking back. I think Borman would be up front more than that. Something like that, I guess. But we're continuing on, you know,
Right.
down that way.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Oh, and I will pop another invis on Borman.
Okay. Yeah, it's been at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Are we moving again?
Yep, you can move your exploration movement rate. So, Borman, as you move through this passageway, nothing. Yep,
That's good news.
you can keep moving
Yeah.
your exploration movement.
I wanna look for traps as I go.
Okay, there you do find a trap. Right here.
Oh. I did a good disarming of it, whatever it is.
It is a 10-foot by 10-foot pit trap that is 10 feet deep, and it's just a hole, and the top of the floor is kind of a false floor that will crumble and fall um, beneath you.
I'll just smack that floor so it falls on in. So at least it's visible.
Okay. Yeah. So you crack the floor and it falls 10 feet to the bottom of this pit. This intersection, you see that there are long descending passages leading off in 3 directions, and that this intersection is kind of roughly off-center kind of way. There is a frigid mist that hangs in the air, and Borman is okay. Hold on a second here. Yeah, I was right. He passed out.
Oh, did he
He missed the
unpass
whole
out?
fight.
Yeah, he's like, I just passed out, like sitting up.
I'll be right back. I
Okay.
think I got a minute while he wakes up.
Yeah. Yeah, considering we're steadily progressing toward the dragon, in
You don't
theory.
need me to fight a dragon.
Well, we fought a golem without you.
Oh shit! I missed the whole last another fight.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it really only did minor flesh wounds.
Yeah, I, mean,
Really.
I could hear
I
you
mean,
every once in a while. I could hear something on your mic, and I'm like, it seriously sounds like he fucking passed out and fell asleep at his keyboard.
That's exactly what happened.
Hey, man, back in the day when I worked at Amazon, there were some times where I did that.
there's these guys. They're British. They do these parody things of tropes of video games and D&D and stuff. And one of the times it was like the NPC when the weird microphone stuff goes, and the guy's like watching porn.
Right?
Yeah, it's like the NPC is like, well, hello, weary traveler. Welcome. I have a quest for you. And then all of a sudden, it has a little microphone symbol above the guy's head. Is yes, give me that sausage. Give me all that sausage. Oh yes. And then you hear this clapping sound. And and the NPC's looking at him all fucked up, and he's like, yes, well, if you'll gladly assist me, and all of a sudden it's like, you hear this, Jimmy, what are you watching there? And then the whole thing, the guy logs off, the character disappears. It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, when the other time that it's happened, when I worked when I was on the Netscape tech support team, this is way back. This is really aging me, but so my buddy and I, we would next door, and saying next door, the campus was huge. You had to go. It was like a quarter mile to get next door, but there was this little strip mall, and the first corner that you would come to after leaving our parking lot was an Indian restaurant, and we would go over there for lunch, and and because we were, low end management and part of the knowledge base writing team and the email tech support, we pretty much did whatever the fuck we wanted. And so we'd go over there, take like 2.5 hour long lunches, and we'd, drink our way through 2 pitchers of beer and eat all this Indian food. And then we'd come back, and halftime, because we're sitting there answering emails, and we would do, crazy amounts, like 500 emails in an 8-hour shift.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so monotonous because it's always there's like only 10 things that can really ultimately go wrong with a web browser, right? And so it was a lot of we would just have the answers already prepped, and we would just copy and paste, and it just gets monotonous. And, after 2 pitchers of beer, your head just goes thunk, and you pass out on your keyboard. There's a couple times, I'd wake him up, and there'd be, the imprint of keys on his face. What happened? Oh, the good old days. Yes. So we are all back. Everybody can continue to move their exploration movement, right? Borman, of course, found the pit trap sitting here.
And you say that it's really cold. The chance we take damage in the air.
So there is a frigid mist in the air that seems to cling to everything that it touches. And you note, as you pass through this intersection, Borman notes that it makes your weapon a little bit slippery, or it can cause the weapon to stick in the scabbard. But everybody can make a wisdom ability check. So you want to roll under your
Holy shit, I made it.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I had 2 people make it, and Borman was not one.
At the bottom of this 10-foot pit, so Borman knocked the false floor out. At the bottom of the pit, you guys spy a ring is glittering in your torchlight.
Does the ground terrain look real fucked up down there? Anything?
No, it's just a pit. It's not like there's no spikes at the bottom. It's just a square hole.
I've got to. I've got to raven down and pick up the ring.
Okay. So this is. Let me see if there is a description of it.
My greed will not allow me to bypass magic weapons or things like that. Are even if it's a trap, if it appears easily, you got to get it.
This doesn't even look like it is an expensive ring. In fact, you pick this up. It's very light. You were guessing that it's maybe made out of tin or maybe zinc. It looks like it's been hammered by a jeweler's hammer to get it into the right shape. So it's got little dents and dings all over it, and it's polished just enough that it caught your light. But there's nothing spectacular about this particular ring. It's the only thing at the bottom of this pit.
Well, I'm gonna take the ring, stick it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And do my little quick teleport back up to the top and continue on. I'm just gonna put ring in capital letters.
Okay.
And some question marks behind it.
You can hand it to Malachi or even Mavis or Alora could take a look at it. They might be able to make some may be able to discern what this thing might be.
I do that. I'll pass it to Alora real quick and go, I found a ring and it looks worthless.
Laura can make an intelligence ability check. See, this is one of the reasons why Identify is such a spectacular spell.
Yeah, but it's not available to us, is it?
I thought that's a good question.
So I rolled 11 and my intelligence is 14, so I made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Identify is... Oh, no. For this game, it is a ritual, but it's only a first level ritual. Anyway.
Oh.
Alora looks at this and is able to determine. She believes, and she sees that on the inside of the band there is a single word inscribed. I don't know what the word is. It just says word. And on the inside of the band, she's guessing that is the command word. And she believes that this may be a ring of wishes.
Ooh, that sounds cool. I wonder what that is.
I will show it to you. It's really fucking powerful is what it is.
I mean, the thing is that you never know if it's the tainted wishes or the wholesome wishes.
Here it is. Taint wishes.
Well, yeah, we're like, you wish for an extra level, but your dick falls off.
Yeah.
We got to save this for when people die, right?
Yeah, there's some.
There-
Yeah, there's. I mean, that would be one use for it. There could be. So there, there was. We played all the way through the Waterdeep campaign in 5th edition, and by the time that they got all the way to the bottom of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, they actually faced him, and the wizard in the game finally got the wish spell. He was 20th level. He got the wish spell, and we took a brief 15-minute break to go get something to eat and drink, and he stayed at the table and wrote out exactly. He was very adamantly careful about the wording of his wish because he knew that if he that if he was ambiguous in any way, that I would fuck with him, right? And so he did a very good job. I mean, here's this 17-year-old kid, and he was very careful, and and he makes this wish, and it was like, a short paragraph, making sure that each thing that he was wishing for was very specific. And I gave it to him. He ended up wishing him to another, or wishing that he had never been born, or something along those lines was the ultimate end goal of it. And so that was the end of the game, because the wizard, or the mad mage, was just kicking the shit out of him, and then he comes up with the wish, and I've been
Well,
waiting
all right.
the
I
whole game
mean,
for this. So
Alora's going to be the queen, so I guess the wish will be under her.
What I will tell you
thing.
is additional information. This ring has 2 wishes in it. It's only got 2 charges.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Only 2, he says.
Yeah.
Only 2.
Right. And I mean, so.
But there's so much in the game that a wish can negate. If someone loses a level or something, I mean, that negates that.
Right.
If someone gets disintegrated or anything, your wish can probably bring that. I mean,
That's why I was like, only?
So
Shit,
this is
yeah.
interesting. It's interesting because the wish spell isn't even in this game. According to the player's handbook, there is no.
It said to see a page number, and I went there, and that doesn't have anything to do with it. So
Interesting. So yeah,
they were like, haha.
Yeah, haha, fuck you. You can. This game only goes to 14th level. You would never be able to cast wish anyway. So, so yeah, yeah.
It's going to be one of those DM discretion type things.
Right. Well, and I have a lot of experience with wish, so I mean,
cool.
how can you play D&D for 40+ years and not have encountered a wish ever? Right?
Yeah. So Laura's got the ring, and there's 2 wishes stored on it, and we can just continue on, right?
Yes, you can move your exploration movement rate.
I need to write that down.
So yeah, Brian, you can move the big number on your move.
Oh.
Unless we.
Gentry doesn't have a lot of movement, so that's about here.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, Gentry's is 60 feet for his his exploration movement, right?
All right.
Alora's like, fuck you guys. We're Mavis. We're going this
way. Wait, we're going the other way? Is that right?
I
don't know.
Norman headed south down this passage.
Oh, okay. I'm not going somewhere different. We're on the brooms, so we got a lot of movement. I just
right.
Brian missed when I took a potion of growth, so that's why Peppermint's huge.
Yep. She's all big.
Yeah, she's gonna grab Dentry and be like, time for snoo.
Death by snoo snoo.
Dentry cheers.
Uh,
Yay!
And as we're kind of creeping up in here, we're not seeing anything.
So, yes, you are seeing things. You are seeing.
Almost time to drink that potion then.
So, as Borman enters, there's the one thing about being invisible. So, you're invisible, but with that sword out, you're still emanating light. It just there's this light that just moves.
Yeah.
You can't see the source of it, but there's light. As you come in, the bluish light that is emanating from your frostbrand, you see that there are glittering piles of treasure and sparkling gems interspersed through these piles that are emanating from the edges of the corner here of this chamber. And there is a large rocky shelf to the south that is 20 feet tall. It's a large 20-foot tall cliff. And you can see that there is some glittering coming from up there as well. And you immediately hear the sound of snoring coming from the top of that shelf. It is frigid cold in here. Anybody that does not have magical protection will take 1d8 points of cold damage, regardless of cold weather clothing, while you are in here. And Borman notices, even with his magical protection, that when you exhale, your breath immediately freezes in the air and falls to the floor in snowflakes. And the floor is covered with a crunchy ice, making it impossible to move silently. Now, Borman can move silently because he's got the boots, and he just steps across the top of it, kind of like Legolas on the mountain pass in the snowstorm. He's the only one that's not trudging through the ice. He's walking on top of it.
Man,
Fucking elves. But
yeah. I mean, I guess if it's up there snoring, I should use my third and final Misty Step to get up there on that ledge and try to coup de grace his punk ass.
You can try that.
That's what I'm trying. Whether it makes sense or not, to you.
Do you want a potion of heroism or something to make you stronger? Because I got a shitload of potions. We almost never use them.
Well, it's a dragon fight. Why the fuck not?
Okay, I'm trying to find where.
Oh shit! I need some healing. I just realized. After you give him,
yeah, you can
healing on me.
She can touch you with the stick.
Yeah,
touching the stick of love
for 6, so you get 6 back.
Yeah.
And then I need to look at potion of heroism. Oh, it gives you 10 temporary hit points. This doesn't make you stronger. I do have one other potion of growth. That's the second one. Yeah.
All right, I'll use the growth and
Okay. So that'll double your damage for however long. Okay, let me erase it. Sweet. After you try that, I'll do the control dragons potion, though. We'll get the hell out of here and kill it outside. Because it's probably has advantage because of this being its lair,
That's what I'm thinking, I don't know what about to happen, but I know you need to make my circle bigger.
No, it's 30 feet.
No, she gave me the growth.
Oh, she gave you the growth. Okay.
I'm taking the growth. I'm Misty stepping up there with my third and final thing and my magic quiet thigh high boots, and I'm gonna fucking try to cootie claw him with a backstab. And
These boots are made for sneaking.
yes, boots,
yeah,
That's
boots,
just what I'll do.
boots of stripper walking.
yeah.
Mm.
And so that's what I'm gonna do. And in the back of my mind, Borman will go, man, I think Dragon's Breath only does damage based on their hit points. So this would really be a good way to
Okay.
But that's metagame thinking, so I didn't say it out loud.
Right.
Yeah.
Really? That's fucking ridiculous.
Did we surprise your dragon?
The dragon will be surprised, but everybody can go ahead and roll initiative. The dragon is asleep.
Love it.
Fucking lazy dragon.
Ooh,
I do.
hell
I keep
yeah.
forgetting. I only have to roll once.
That's already through that. Hell yeah. I'm ready.
All right. All right. So Borman is at the top of the stack. So you're going to Misty Step up this ethereal.
Yeah, that
jaunt
would be
up-
my third and final time of the day to be able to do that.
Okay, so you ethereal jaunt up to the top of the ledge, and indeed, you see a great white dragon laying here. This is Izyntainth, the Frozen Queen, her Lady of Frost, and She Who Devours Children are her titles. She's laying here, kind of curled up, snoring away with her head on one of her her forearms.
Fucking lazy.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to backstab his punk ass.
Okay.
And try to kill him.
You get an automatic critical, so go ahead and deal your damage. Or backstab.
Oh, I was rolling to hit, but okay. So the backstab will be the automatic critical would be max damage, and so that's 10, and then it's double for it being a backstab.
And then doubled again because you're big.
Yeah, so I'll do 40 points of backstab damage.
Ugh. Okay.
Man, hoarding potions is paying off, isn't it?
Love it.
So Borman comes up and stabs Izyntainth and just rips his sword through Izyntainth's throat, and
holy shit!
And coup de grace the dragon.
And then as its eyes kind of wide open, as it notices it's dying and Borman's face is right there, he's like, I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
So, how big is its skull? Can we take its head to prove that we killed it?
Yeah, I mean, you can take all sorts of stuff to prove that you killed it. You can take its head, although Izyntainth's head is quite large.
Well, you know what we could do? We could put it out front, too. That might be kind of cool.
I mean, so, yeah, I mean, you were told to bring back some kind of proof in order to get the rest of your pay from the Earl of Viacaslau. Brain's not wanting to do more than one thing.
Let's see what's around here that has an identifiable characteristic.
Well, I mean, it's got claws and shit too, right? Does that mean combat's over?
We could take some scale.
Its heart.
We're out of combat, right?
Yeah, you are out of combat.
Is that cold essence still in there?
Yes. So here,
Borman's gonna have to just take stuff.
So Borman,
I don't want to take
up here you see that there are piles of gold and a chest. There's piles of gold over here. There's bits of gold all over the place in here. In total, for the horde, there are 100 platinum pieces.
Oh yeah, I gotta write
Oh,
down
yeah.
the stuff that you got earlier too.
I've got it. I'll give you that after he does all this.
Let
Okay, cool.
me-
100 platinum.
Can
There,
can we start building a fire in the middle of this place to start kind of raising the temperature?
as soon as Izyntainth dies, the you do note that the temperature starts to increase in this cavern a bit.
Uh, So
Slowly.
yeah, I could just like I could like build a right here, we could build a fire and start generating some more so the party can exist without fear of long cold exposure.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't know if we have to actually mark it or anything.
No,
But
that's you can build a fire. Um,
yeah,
there are 5,000 gold pieces,
5,000 gold.
now see,
1,000 electrum pieces,
ooh,
1,000 electrum.
calculating this as well. There
Borman will
is
lower down a magic rope to help anybody that needs help. We got broomers.
Yep. I
Yeah.
just bring it down.
there are 2,000 silver pieces,
2,000 silver.
Mm. This is a pretty sexy haul for for a one shot.
and
Yep.
6,000 copper pieces.
6,000 copper.
Okay, Brian.
But there's still more.
You. Oh, I thought you were done with coinage.
Hold on.
If you're done with coinage, he's just going to give me the previous coinage from the last battle.
Oh yeah, go ahead and give it to him.
Okay, that is 55. I'm sorry, 50 platinum pieces,
50 platinum, got it.
150 gold pieces,
150 gold, got it.
50 electrum pieces,
50 electrum, got it.
200 silver pieces,
200
and
silver,
300 copper.
300 copper. Okay, got it.
Okay. Final, last but not least, there are 100 gems interspersed throughout these piles that are worth 10 gold pieces each.
100 of
Nice.
them.
Yes.
All right. I now have 162 gems worth 10 gold pieces each.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's all that's in here.
Okay,
Wow.
we need to take a claw or something to prove that we killed the guy.
Yeah. So,
Oh, the heart.
Take the heart.
Take the heart. The heart is gonna get all mushy, you know? I'm trying to
No,
feed to
I
something
can
that's
Hold any
gonna like
magical
dry
powers?
out.
Or like, does a dragon's heart
Malachi.
not hold magical powers?
oh, it can be used in numerous magical incantations and potions and rituals.
I can preserve it with the decay spell.
That's
It
true.
has a reverse ability that I can stop things from rotting.
Yes.
Okay.
I will do that. That's a first level necro spell. Little
We'll
necrophilia.
take some scales, a couple of them too, just to.
Yeah.
Well, can
so,
we-
Because I mean, that could be from any dragon. If we want to prove we killed like a white dragon specifically.
So Jackson, Jackson would be the person you would want to.
Skin.
Yeah. So Jackson can roll a d6. Yes. So Jackson is
Sweet.
able to harvest the heart and scales. I believe I have something. So the scales These are all, of course, white dragon scales. You harvest enough scales that, if taken to the right armor smith or blacksmith, could be fashioned into white dragon scale mail armor. Now, this it would really depend um, on the abilities of the blacksmith or weapons or armor that you take it to. It can either be it basically comes in the options are it comes in one of three varieties: +1 for an AC 14, +2 AC 15, or +3 AC 16. And it grants a +2 bonus to saving throws versus breath weapon to that type of dragon. So it would be +2 to saving throws against white dragon breath weapons. And additionally, damage from all other types of dragon's breath is reduced to 1 point per damaged die. So if you have a well, that's not exactly correct. It would be it would reduce dragon's breath from other dragons by 10 points.
So
That's pretty great.
Mavis can't wear plate, right?
I
Well,
don't think
this
so.
wouldn't be plate. This would be scale mail.
But that's why I'm asking. If you can't wear plate, then the scale mail is probably your jam.
I think clerics can wear anything. Let's see. I will check that.
I'm wearing scale mail right now.
Yeah, armor,
So-
any, including shields. So yeah, she could wear scale mail.
If you're wearing scale mail right now, why don't we like? I mean, I guess the first question would be, who do we think would be better at this shit, the dwarves or the elves?
Yeah,
Uh,
normally
Why is she wearing like that
normally
super magical like full plate that we had?
So normally
Is your
scale
scale
mail
mail
is
better than
AC
that?
13, but I mean this has other properties, and it would be either, depending on how well the armor does it, it would be +1, 2, or 3, in addition to its other abilities.
Yeah, I
Is
think
her AC better than that fancy shiny armor that we had? It was like a full plate or whatever.
Yeah, I mean she could. I mean
I do.
technically, as a cleric, she could wear full plate.
oh. Yeah, I have +1 scale mail on, so I don't know what the.
I mean, we have a suit of +2 plate that
Okay.
she
Switch to that
she
too.
could wear.
I mean, your movement's
Yeah.
already at the worst, so it can't get worse movement.
Yeah,
Right,
then-
heavy armor is heavy armor.
yeah. Can
That
Peppermint wear scale?
So you said it's +2 plate. That would give a base AC of 18, plus her dexterity modifier.
And then
Mhm.
shield bumps it up past to that.
Yes, correct.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I mean, obviously, so if you figure, there's too much here for you to fill the bag of holding. I mean, 10 coins weighs about a pound. I mean, there are 5,000 gold pieces in and of itself.
Oh, we're scryholing all the. This is all going to Braun.
Yeah, you're tossing it through
Yeah.
the mirror.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, that once we break 10,000, we are like, yep, okay, time to the mirror.
yeah.
'cause
Yeah, I think
We could.
I think we figured out that the bag of holding will hold like what 10,000 coins.
Yeah. And the big vault is almost endless.
Right.
And yeah. And so I mean, yeah, we'll do that.
You guys will come back to Castle Braun, and the foundation will be sitting crooked because you filled it with so much gold that the mountain kind of bulged.
And then is Peppermint then the next best candidate for a scale job, or Jackson?
So Peppermint's technically I mean, so Peppermint is technically of the roguish persuasion.
Right.
Let's see. She, according to this,
I'm a
half orc.
half work. I don't.
Yeah, she can wear leather, chainmail, or shield. I would say if
So
she
no.
can wear chainmail, there's nothing that would really prevent her from wearing scale. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the same
I'm
heavy
not sure
armor
what I'm
category.
wearing now, though. So I don't know. Let me see. Oh, I have leather armor right now. So
I'm just trying. So Rangers
and then I have
and rogues wearing chainmail always sat wrong with me because
the
both of those
cloud.
classes work better with
Oh.
stealth. And if you've ever actually picked up a piece of chainmail or really just tried to move a wadded chain around, it's not quiet. There's no way that you're gonna wear a shirt of this and be stealthy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
Every movement is going to sound like somebody's putting on a watch with a metal band. It's just
Yeah,
not
Jackson
quiet.
is not a quiet ranger. He is very much I am like a brute of the nature. Think of me. I'm a nature person, but like a bear, not like a fox or something.
Right.
I gotta think that probably the elves is what I would get. I think we should open up a portal to the Elven City and send a quick emissary band in there to with all these dragon scales and get one of their artisans to hook up the scale mail armor. You know, maybe I mean Jackson or Peppermint. If there's enough, we could do both. I mean, and get them some. And if it's not an improvement, it's not an improvement, you know. But if it's +3 and it has magical properties, I can assure you that's better than the leather armor Peppermint's wearing.
Yeah, I would say instead of the so I fucked up when I read this. So instead of it said that additionally it reduces dragon's breath from other types of dragons by 1 point per damage die. I would say, and that's not how dragon's breath works in this game. I would say instead that it would be you would have cold resistance in this case.
Okay.
So you would be unharmed by non-magical cold and take half damage from magical cold.
Yeah. And is there enough scales to make 2 sets?
Probably not. And the reason that I say that is that there's a lot. If you've ever made something like this, there's a lot of wastage.
I understand. Well, you know, I know generally you only get one, but it was a big dragon, so I was seeing.
Yeah, no, there would only be enough for one.
All right, so then, yeah, I guess we want to give all that shit and then take somebody with a bag of holding full of high-end gems, or give it to Laura and have her go holler at the Elven King or somebody to see if he can get his artisans to make us stuff. I guess Peppermint needs to go to get measured, or Jackson, whoever's getting
you've
it.
got a blacksmith and an armorer at well, they're dwarven at Castle Braun, but I mean potentially the next time that you physically go back to Castle Braun, once you're done doing what you're doing here, the assumption would be in your minds is that, you know, the armies of the dwarves and the elves and whatever word has passed out to the peasants of the Braunhaven region should be amassing at Castle Braun. I mean, that's kind of the way you've set this up.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that I don't think that the elves would be bringing an army and not have their own blacksmiths and armorers coming with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's part of that.
I was kind of trying to find the more skilled artisan to use to have the thing go, because it, you know, you said that, you know, +1, +2, +3. I mean, I was I was thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the elven guys would probably be the ones to get us those +3s.
Right.
And whereas the regular guy, just hammering out swords for the common foot soldier. I mean, I don't know that he's going to get us that extra umph we want.
Right.
So, I mean, if we've got a shit ton of money, why not pay the best of
I will.
whoever the
So
fuck will do that?
you asked if there was enough for or for 2. There is enough to make 1 suit of a white dragon scale mail armor and one dragon scale shield. A single white dragon type over an iron and wooden frame. The shield functions as a shield +2, but is +3 when used in defense against white dragons.
Okay. See, that's a funky combo right there. Then I guess the
I
question,
currently have +1 chainmail, so like
on Jack.
I don't need. And I know that Peppermint needs some more armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get it made for a human, and it'll work on the half orc or the human then, right?
I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
half orc's a medium-sized character. I mean,
yeah.
it wouldn't fit a dwarf. I mean, if you make it for a human, it won't fit the dwarf or a halfling or a gnome because they're small. That
Mm. The dwarves don't wear that pussy ass shit. We wear real metal.
with spikes on it. And...
Yeah. Fucking even our cod pieces have spikes on the inside because we're just cut different.
All right, so I don't know if you want to explore the rest of this dungeon, you can. Where do you guys want to go?
Were we able to take the scales and start having the best artisan we could think of start crafting our shit?
Well, I mean, so your only option is that your only option, of course, is to contact Castle Braun, or that's your only real point of contact at this point. So no.
Okay. I didn't know if we could open up a portal to the Elven City and in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could. Well, so here's the problem with opening up the portal to the Elven City. The problem is that because Derzwadalek is in the middle of the Sylvanas Forest, is what the problem is. And even though you've been there and you can visualize in your head what you want the portal to open to, the fact that the Sylvanas Forest magically changes its entire landscape and layout causes a problem that interferes with that kind of magic. I would say no.
All right.
Here.
All right.
Well, maybe one of these giants that we go visit and try to do something. Maybe we get them to craft. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I mean, I don't. We can store the scales enough, and when we find the guy that we think we can get that +3 out of, I mean, that's who I want to use to hire to do it. I
That
want
makes
to get.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a job for Dentry. To be like, I know how to blacksmith. No, you don't, bro.
I can do it.
Not like that.
Sorry, I'm working on.
And I hope that dragon is worth a lot.
Yeah, it was worth a chunk.
I can't believe you coup de grace the damn thing.
Well,
I was actually
I, mean,
surprised that he did enough damage to do that too.
I wasn't. I knew it'd work all along.
Of course. All right, so you guys, like I said, you can move your exploration movement rate.
Are we exploring the rest of this area, or are we gonna head on out and go collect our reward?
How are you not wanting to explore the rest of the area? Like that's like your whole jam, dude.
I know. I was just trying to ask.
Oh, I was like, I'm down to explore. Like shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, my
Yeah,
90.
we'll be okay. If we run into anything too fucked up, we'll just run away. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm hauling ass on the broom.
Uh,
There we go.
let you guys
And
do
I'm gonna
your
kind of.
move first.
Goodman's
Do your
gonna kind
trap
of.
searches.
Yeah. I will trap searches around that corner and head down. And then Goodman's going to stand right here and kind of watch this hallway as we make our round.
Okay.
Sure.
Borman, as you are searching, you come into contact with a wall of kobolds that are coming up from this deeper passage, and they are not at all happy to see you. However, Borman, roll a d6. Neither of you are surprised. Oh, now everybody can roll initiative.
Yay.
Small, wicked, hairless canine humanoids with scaly, rust-colored skin. All right. Wow, Borman got 7 again.
No, I got 6. I thought I switched it. I'm sorry.
No problem.
There it is.
All right. Peppermint. You can hear Borman call out. Well, actually, Borman's in the front. Borman, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You run into this line of kobolds that are all kinds of pissed off at seeing you. They are all carrying small weapons. They're basically knives and daggers and whatnot. So, what would you like to do?
I would like to laugh at them and then tell them.
Borman is stunned 2 rounds due to laughter.
Yeah. Well, no, I just kind of want to laugh at them in a mocking way and be like, I just killed that dragon with one fucking swipe of my sword. You should turn around and go the other way.
That enrages them even more, and they now they do not have to make morale checks. Hold on here. This guy
Right
is
on.
actually a
And I thought that would
chief.
scare them away too. I totally did.
Yeah. I thought that was the right thing to say at the time.
Uh,
You've killed our god.
I mean,
Pretty much.
yeah, like not only did we kill it, we skinned it and took its fucking innards out. You know,
Yeah,
look,
you did.
I've painted mystic symbols on my fucking forehead with his blood to celebrate its death. The smell of
Too bad we don't
flagellants.
have a gnome in our party. Gnomes and kobolds hate each other, to my understanding.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we're about to mow through these dudes like fucking.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it'll be easy. That'd be really weird
Yeah.
if it was super hard.
That's better. All right. So yeah, you enrage them. Pissing them off is a free action. What would you like to
Oh well, then I will step up and swing at the first one
do? Okay.
right there, and they're like, you were stupid for hanging out. But I don't blame you. You were stupid anyway. Does an 11 hit?
It doesn't. You actually missed a kobold. You swing,
Yeah.
this short little bastard just ducks underneath your sword and goes, "Rah, rah, rah," and is all mad. Peppermint, you can hear that stuff's going on up ahead with Borman's
Okay.
big ass taking up the entire hallway.
Are we still
Am
real
I
big?
able to? Can I get in there or not? What do you think?
Ooh, you guys, the size of you guys, I don't know that you could. You might be able to squeeze in there and take a swing. Yeah, but that's about it. The two of you are taking up the entire hallway.
Okay, I'll have to move after this then. Oh, I got a nat 20. Okay.
Nice. All right, so
That's-
yeah, go just for
Max damage that's doubled.
go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh my gosh. Roll a d20. Okay.
Yeah.
7.
So, Peppermint swings her battle, or you're using a bastard sword now, right?
I have battle axe on my sheet still.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were using the bastard sword. Did you not like it?
With the bastard
Oh
sword, you
yeah,
can go
I do
sword and
have
board.
that too.
Yeah, you can go
They're both
shield with that.
1d8, so
So,
they
anyways,
both do 1d8 of damage.
right. So you swing that sword and you actually crash that or the sword into this kobold's jaw and just destroy the lower half of his face, dealing an additional 1d8 damage. So you can go ahead and roll a d8 too, just to see how badly you fuck this guy up.
Well that adds a 3.
Okay.
So
And I mean, he would not be able to speak or eat, except that he is dead. So,
yeah.
there's that.
Okay, I'm gonna make some room because I know I'm thick.
You're thick. Yes.
Yeah.
Adding.
There's a K-pop band that has a song about "Looky, looky, come and see my cookie."
Oh.
That's "Looky, looky, come and see my cookie," and they're all like, there's like 6 of them, and they're dancing, and I'm like, what the fuck? We went to the Korean barbecue place and had wings yesterday.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah, that's how they play.
There's a Korean grill restaurant where you order the meat and vegetables that you want, and then each table has its own little hibachi grill, and then you just grill it however you like.
Right.
My wife hates it. She's like, if I'm going to order food, why the fuck am I cooking it? I'm like, I personally like it because I can cook it exactly the way I like my meat. But that's all they play there. There's a TV in every corner, and all they play is K-pop music videos and shit.
And it's like
Mhm.
5-second cuts of them dancing in sync before it cuts to another scene.
Right.
And it's like they're in the public restroom and then they're in the park. And then
Mhm.
they're back in the public restroom looking in the mirror, and then they're off in their bedroom.
There's a
And then they're
lot
at
of their
school.
music videos that are shot in public restrooms. I don't know what the deal with that
Yeah.
over in Korea or South Korea is, but it it's a little weird.
Well, that is.
That's pretty
I
strange.
attribute it to the same thing as like the '90s when you had like every R&B band had to be in the rain.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's their
Every
main.
single one had the rain dancing scene, but you knew that it was going to be amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Uh, these guys. Wow, they're kind of packed in here too. Three of them are going to swing on Borman because they can't
They'll
really
take
get
a.
around your fat ass.
Yeah.
So they are at a -2 because you're a big displaced giant.
Yeah.
First guy, no. Second guy, no.
Oh.
And third guy, no.
No.
So they all swing, and where they swing their little meat cleavers and knives, uh, they're missing because he's all blurry and he's not where they think that he is. The chief is still at the back of the group. He can't really. He is really stupid. He is going to use a sling and try to hit Borman. No. So yeah, he swings a sling and the stone bounces off the ceiling and misses Borman and Peppermint and lands somewhere behind them. Jackson, what would you like to do?
It's like, oh yeah, and then I'm gonna run up and then go, oh, that's a tight fit, and I will instead try and shoot a crossbow bolt because there's no getting between them.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
They're
a
like,
narrow. I would say that you got a -2 to your roll if you want to shoot your
that's
bow.
cool. Because there's like no getting in there. That's stupid. The only person who should be up there with all that madness is Dentry because of the Avenger. Otherwise, it's just dumb.
True.
Okay. Jackson's crossbow, which I use so rarely. +2 crossbow bolt of accuracy. Oh, that's right. I can hit shit at a distance and still get the normal to longs long counts as normal.
Right.
But they're short range, so I have to get the +1.
Correct. That drops it to
So
a -1 for the narrow gap.
right. So I get and then and it's a +2 of accuracy, so it should put it to a +1 total, right?
Correct.
And then Dentry has the -1 for his freaking dexterity, so really it's just a straight roll.
This is starting to sound like a Traveler game. What's the net bonus? It ends up being
That bonus
0.
is jack shit.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
ends up being 0.
And I'm not wasting any special bolts on kobolds. Fuck that shit.
Well, that's a hit. And hit this guy
Okay, cool.
pretty solid.
Yeah, baby. Was that a D6? Yeah, D6.
That's a good question. Crossbow.
I just double checked what
It's
I
a
got written.
D6,
Oh, I
yes.
get 1 point of damage. 1 point of fucking damage.
1 point. So yeah, your crossbow goes twick and snaps this kobold in the shoulder, and he kind of turns pale, like his rusty colored, scaly skin kind of goes pale, like he's gone into a bit of shock. Malachi, what would you like to do?
Well, oh,
Shit,
did it on
Mira
the
should be
right
down
one.
here for this fight. Now that the dragon's
yeah.
dead.
Can I squeeze just in front of Jackson there?
Oh yeah, Jackson will move out of the way
Uh,
after he shoots.
Okay, yeah, you can
Okay, yeah.
step behind Peppermint.
Yeah, then I will do that, and I'm just gonna
I know
right
I
by.
know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm trying to
As
squeeze
you
it right.
should.
Trying to. Yeah.
Just shoot between their legs. They're big.
Well, how
Yeah,
about this?
you'd
How
be able to
about
get that entire line.
yeah? Let's just do that. If I can avoid Borman and Peppermint with a little lightning, I'll be like wham bada bam,
Okay,
and
so these
they all
guys.
can save or take half of the 66.
Let me double check. Yep, they all
Long
have to
hallways and
save
lightning work
a-
really well together.
Yeah, 21 points of damage, save for half. They're kobolds. Saving for half might not matter.
It doesn't matter. They failed. They had to get an 18 or better to save. So let's see here. I'm just gonna. Well,
Got 9 more charges of that shit.
yeah, that's a quick way to get rid of Cobalt. Uh, this is a perfect example of using lower level monsters. In C&C, the fighter class has an ability called Combat Dominance, and if they are 1 hit dice or lower creatures, if you get, because of Combat Dominance, you get an extra attack each round. So you can just, the fighter can just swing twice as much as everybody else against 1 hit dice creatures because they're level 1 or lower creatures, and these are half level. So Gentry in that system would be able to go in and automatically get 2 attacks against them, which is pretty fantastic.
That would be nice for Dentry.
Yes, yeah. There's plus I'm adding in advantages and hero points, which are kind of like inspiration points in 5e. And I'm also going to throw in a random secondary skill. That's something that you would have learned as a background, in your youth before you became an adventurer. Your parents said, "You're not going to become an adventurer, you lowlife. You're going to join the rope making guild and be a respectable person." That kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
So it could be completely random. Like you might have a fighter who, for some reason, knows information about Arcana because your parents made you read books when you were a kid, and they thought you were going to be some great wizard, and you ran away to become an adventurer. So yeah, that's gonna
Run
be
away to join the circus.
right. You're gonna run away and join the circus. So Malachi lets loose with this lightning bolt, and there's a flash of light in here, and like what? 6 kobolds are just vaporized outright from this lightning bolt. There's just charred ash and remains that are now scattered throughout this hallway. Mavis, what do you want to do?
Let's see here. Can I get to anything? I mean, damn.
It is
Big
nuts to
cluster.
butts in that hallway.
Okay, and nobody's hurt either.
Dentry would love
So,
some healing.
oh, okay. Well, I'll not move away from Gentry then. I'll go ahead
I'm
and
still
give
down
you
like
some.
20.
Yeah, he kind
Wow.
of got
Okay.
fucked up from the cold aura from those
Frost.
frostbites.
Okay, you get 5 back. And I'll mark
Sweet,
off a
thank you.
healing spot. All right, that's pretty good.
I appreciate you for that.
Okay, the bodyguard is going to move up here in front of the chief. And he will sling at Foreman. No, and another bolt bounces off of it. It hits, but evidently this kobold doesn't know. He's not David, so
No.
he doesn't. He hits, but the clay jar does not break. Yes, I started watching. We're about halfway through it. That's a good show. Good show.
Told you.
Yeah, it's
Hell
good.
yeah.
But I think you're right. I think by the season finale, I think he might kill Goliath.
He will, I think. Yeah. I've watched it. But yeah. It's
book
still
is better.
good though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is very good. Yeah, you're right though. They make okay rant. They make it sound like David invented the fucking sling, like nobody had used the sling before. And you're right. The sling had been around for a long time before bows, especially the compound recurve bows that the Philistines are using. The sling had been around for many years before that. Like probably at least 50 years before the most basic of bows, and especially before a recurve bow. So I don't understand why everybody was so amazed by the sling and thinking that it was not worthy of a weapon of war. It doesn't make any sense.
Because now you have bows. Like this sling has no place against bows.
I guess, but yeah, it was a little weird.
It'd be like if somebody pulled out like a flintstock rifle today. You'd be like, "The hell are you using that for?"
Right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. That maybe but that's not really how they made it sound. They made it sound like this was, something, something new that he came up with or whatever.
Well, that's
It's very,
stupid.
yeah, it's a very
That makes no
strange.
sense.
It's a very strange
Yeah.
thing. Alora, what would you like to do?
Fuck. Anybody else hurt still?
Dentry's still down.
Still Dentry.
Gentry's
Okay.
really hurt. That's about it.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
have a lot of
Just
hit
go out
points,
of the way.
but I'm still down a lot of hit points, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to burn it just to burn it, but I'm down like 14.
He's got
But
like
I also have
the tips of
64
his
currently.
fingers are black from the frostbite, and
Okay, you get 6 back.
Wait, thank you.
that's working it.
That's it.
Goodman.
man, I don't know what Goodman can do. I'll
He's
just
supposed to be checking the other ways to make sure nobody's coming, right?
I'm gonna kind of stand here and I'll look this way some and then I'll look this way some and I'm just kind of making sure we don't get flanked.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. And Dentry.
Dentry knows he's not going to get there in time, so he's going to go join Goodman.
Okay.
And that's about as far as I can get.
All right.
Maybe there.
Yeah. We are back to Borman.
I'm just gonna keep on swinging.
Where did my? Oh, never mind.
The 24 hit.
Yes, it does.
So 7-14.
So you swing that big ass your now large frostbrand and just cleave a kobold in half. Peppermint.
Well,
I'm sorry. What else did you want to do?
I want to try to squeeze between everybody and get around here to quit clogging the shit so much if I can. Like get right here and then like squeeze between these guys and then
I don't
Sure.
know. I'll move out of the way if you want to.
Yeah, Borman, you can
Or
move.
I'll just hug the wall. How about that? Can I do that? Can I
Yeah,
just
you can
hug the
hug the wall.
wall and
Yeah, give a little
yeah,
bit more room.
move over a little? Yeah.
All right, Peppermint.
Let's go up here and hopefully hit somebody.
Okay.
17 to hit
That is a hit.
for 8 points of damage.
Oof. Yeah, you bring that sword down and cleave a goblin's or a kobold's head straight down through its scrawny body. Kobolds
Okay.
are still greatly pissed off, and they're dumb, and so they are both going to attack Peppermint. That she definitely blocks with her shield, and ooh, 18 probably doesn't get through, but maybe
Peppermint? Yeah,
it does.
it does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
This is why Peppermint needs the better armor.
3 points
Yeah.
of damage. He like nicks your thigh.
Okie doke.
The kobold chief, like barks out, you know, and turns and runs back this way. Jackson.
Jackson will. Well, I guess he'll, as he starts moving, he'll ask, "Are we giving chase?" He'll get about to here and ask if we're giving chase.
Okay.
I don't
So,
know.
as a free action, can anybody answer that before I
Yeah.
make my next decision?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Follow your
care.
heart.
Yeah.
Right. Then Jackson will just screw these guys, jump over them, whatever, and get down here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
Take whatever attacks come with that.
go ahead and make a dexterity ability check.
Oh shit!
You're okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, you get down
Considering
there.
that my dex is a -1, I was assumed I was gonna fail.
Yeah, he comes
And you-
running down
yeah.
here, like grabs a kobold on the shoulder and just leaps over him, and you get down here all the way to the inside of this chamber, and you see that this, the first thing that you really notice about this chamber, I gotta see what you see. Yeah, you'd see it. Sticking up out of the floor of this chamber, you see what initially looks like the hand of a large statue is poking up out of the ground of this out of the floor of this chamber, and the chamber is uneven and cracked from frequent earthquakes, and in the walls these caves are about 10 feet high, and you see that there are small caves that are carved into these, and sticking their heads out, you see there are baby, or not baby, but children, kobold children, and wives of the warriors and families and whatnot that are living in these caves in here, and they're all kind of just poking their heads out. They don't want any of this. So that's what you see in here. But you can make an attack on this kobold if you'd
Oh, well,
On
now
the
I feel like we're
chief.
about to commit genocide.
like.
I will give the chief kobold a chance to submit and be like, kneel or die.
Hmm.
It's kind of in line with what I've done before, I suppose.
Okay. Go ahead and make a. Well, nah, you don't have to make an attack. Let me. I mean, things are already going poorly for him.
You're gonna make me make some kind of charisma check or some shit.
No. Yeah, go ahead and roll 2d6, and you can add a +4 to that. That's how.
2d6 plus 4?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 14.
Okay, so he. Yes, he surrenders, and he drops his. He's got the nicest rusty meat cleaver of all of them. He drops that on the floor and holds up his hands and kind of kneels down and is kind of in a begging posture, and he barks out. And these two, his bodyguard and this kobold up here, as soon as they hear him, they both turn and look, and they lower their weapons. Malachi, what do you want to do?
Malachi is going to cast fire. No, I'm playing.
Hey, man, you cast what you cast.
Oh no, I'm not going to go do genocide. But I do want to kind of come back here and look down this hallway.
So, yeah, looking down this hallway, you can see that there are stairs rough cut into the ground that lead down into this chamber as well. The light's too dim for you to really see much beyond that.
And can I use the eye and
Oh,
give
that's
me
true.
60 foot, see in the dark?
That's true.
Blah, blah, blah.
You can. So, what you see down here. You see that this passage is frosty and icy. Very good chance, if you're not careful, if you're moving at full movement rate, you can see that these steps are quite slippery from the ice. There's a 3 in 6 chance of tumbling if you are slipping and falling down to the bottom. And you can see in here that there is a crumbling 10-foot tall statue that appears to be that of a warrior maiden that stands kind of in the center of this hall. And it just, from what you can see, it looks out of place. And you can see that the edge of this chamber is kind of a rough cliff-like shelf that's about 10 feet higher than the rest of the floor. And so that's what you see.
All right.
I think that this is a good spot to break. And we can deal with the kobolds next week. Let me hand out some XP. Oh, wait. I need to look at one other thing.
Skopti, our chef, is a kobold, right?
Yes. You have a kobold chef. All right. So, here we go. Everybody gets 1,885 XP.
1,885. Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Deal.
Yeah. I think that's enough.
And we can pick this
Oh,
up
no, it's not.
next week with how you guys want to deal with the surrendering kobolds and what is going on with this crumbling statue.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks.
Appreciate you, sir.
See ya.
All right. I will see you guys next week.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.